Welcome back, guys. It's time for the final match of regular season. It is going to be L5 up against Raven. L5 has to perfectly 3-0 or they are not going to that tiebreaker tomorrow.
Well, tiebreaks I gotta say it's very likely, close to 90% even, that will happen because Raven, of course, is at the last place, of course, second. Well, L5 actually third place right now because Tempest is at the second place. They're watching at home probably for this match. If anything crazy happens, Tempest will be going straight instead of L5. L5 was staying in that second place for a long time, and then when there was a slight meta shift, we had a lot of double tank, double support, and then Tempest took that advantage. They filled in with the flex super well compared to L5, and they took that second place spot for now. But after this one, it may not be, and we may actually have the first tiebreak. That's exciting.
It's only going to be possible to have one tiebreak, though, because if L5 loses this one, Raven can, or loses one game, Raven can tie the RRR at the bottom there, but that's pretty unlikely. Even if that does happen, I don't know if it will be played because it doesn't matter for standings, whereas the tie for this one is a direct seed to BlizzCon versus the finals of the Gauntlet for playoffs. So again, very important match. This one's much more important than our last one. Because Tempest got the 3-0 today, L5 has to 3-0. And I mean, we can't emphasize it enough. I know it sounds like we're beating a dead horse here, but we're going to get into our games very soon.
Yes, we are going in very soon, and it may just be a stomp. It is what is expected from lots of the fans, lots of analysts. If all the Korean casters are thinking,
all the English casters, the two of us.
English casters, including us, are basically thinking of a 3-0. But unexpected can happen with some changes, you know.
Yeah, certainly could be a weird situation occurring here, but we'll just have to wait and see, guys. I mean, I think that Raven will definitely try hard because they want to at least guarantee themselves that 7th place spot. And that's what the aim is here because of RRR's performance yesterday. They need to at least take 2 maps to directly get 7th place. If they don't take any maps, they will actually be in last place. RRR will pass them because of their 2 wins over Miracle yesterday. So that changed a lot for Raven, and definitely going to have to take the match a little bit more seriously today if they want to take that 7th place spot. Again, 7th and 8th place, both RRR and Raven will go to the Crucible no matter what, and seeding doesn't really matter for 7th or 8th. It's the Open Division winning team that gets to choose their opponent in the Crucible, as we did over at Inven last time. Do that promotion match there.
And also the Open Division teams actually gets to choose their opponent, so I don't think 7th place and 8th place does not actually matter.
I guess if
a lot less.
If you don't really do your research, which all the teams are trying to get in HGC will do their research. If you didn't do your research, you might pick the 8th place team because you're like, well, 8th is worse than 7th, right? But they'll be able to choose whichever they like. So here's L5, defending Eastern Clash champions, defending BlizzCon champions. They want to fight for the tiebreaker to get that direct seed to BlizzCon tonight, as we will have a very important best of 5 coming at you guys. Hooligan had his first international event. He had great success at the Eastern Clash. He dominated as a tank player.
That's right, and he dropped the beats or bits, whichever he wanted to have it for the fans. But last few matches, he's been very off-positioned. Picked off several times. It seemed like he was losing his mind sometimes with his ETC play or even Tyrael. And at Eastern Clash, he was flawless, I would say, almost. But he has stepped down a little bit compared to his Eastern Clash performance.
Certainly has. And it was very much a... I think it was now classing of black. Obviously, that's why they ended up losing that series. But, I mean, this is a situation now for L5 where they just need to understand that there's going to be some crazy picks probably coming out on the other side. Play safe and just play mechanically solid, because if you trip up one time, you get caught off guard by one comp, you're going to the Gauntlet, and then you could lose potentially to Mighty, whoever comes up there. So we have to say, we have to put this out there. Merryday is in the booth. You might be wondering, what? Isn't that retired best support player in the world?
The ex-MVP Black support player.
He's putting on the shades.
Oh, yes.
All right, so why is Merryday in the booth? The answer is Chom is sick and is in the emergency room because
he went to the emergency today.
Because Darvish is close with Merryday, asked him to step out of retirement to sub in for Ravens' final match. Now, you might have thought this was going to be an interesting 3-0 or an uninteresting 3-0 stomp, but with one of the best players in the world,
that's right,
stepping in, this could be Ravens' opportunity to take a game here.
I think with Merryday, we've been waiting for this moment this entire day. We were trying to keep this a secret until this moment, guys. And it's here. He's here. Chom, his hero pool was definitely a problem. But with Merryday subbing in, even though he was retired, he was streaming lots of heroes. His performance as a team, of course, he's in a new team. It cannot be the same. But he's been playing lots of the games, and I'm sure his performance is about as the same, if not. It can't be better when you compare it to when he was screaming lots in MVP Black. But I gotta say, it's not too bad in his shape and form right now.
Yeah, I think that it's really interesting too that Merryday left the scene before double support became a thing, since he was considered by most to be the best support in the world. And you can shine a lot more as a support when it's solo support, because obviously you're the only healer, you're the only one who can make those big save plays. But when it's double support, we'll see how he serves, which support he'll be playing, the main or the off support, as we head into this best of 5. So this is definitely going to be a pretty interesting series, maybe more interesting than you would have thought it would be, with Merryday stepping into the booth as a retired player, not an MVP player. He is going to pick up the mouse and keyboard again and play a best of 5.
It's a best of 5, but I don't think their goal is unrealistically going for that. Winning a series against L5 is just almost impossible even with Merryday, but taking a game off of L5 with Merryday on your team, I think there's a lot more chance now, to be honest.
We'll see how in form Merryday is. That's another question we don't know the answer to at the moment. I know he still actively plays Hero League and is Grandmaster at the moment, but Grandmaster and being a pro player, two different things, as will be Infernal Shrines for game number 1 with StarCraft Battlegrounds removed, as is the way of Korean heroes.
No, actually, Dragonshire.
Oh, you're right. Okay, my bad. I only saw Braxis and I just assumed. Didn't even look at the other one.
KR things.
Just KR things. So Braxis will be removed by Raven. Smart move against L5.
Of course, L5 dominating the globals, and top lane oftentimes Dehaga too, so just moving that big global map, of course, is a big thing, because Raven does not really focus on global too much. They cannot get their own rotation started, but this is also a pretty big map. Let's see how they react to L5 as we wait for the player. Here we go.
All right, L5 first ban. Morales already locked in. We got to see L5 experience the new Morales firsthand, and it didn't have a good time. Going to be banning it away here, as we will see the Vala ban.
Is open.
Very true.
We just basically saw Mighty just taking a win with Ariel's AoE healing. And
well, amongst other things.
Yeah, amongst other things, yes. There were 4 more, but this is a weird start of a draft that we're seeing from Raven already. Ariel's given to L5. The right hand Swoy will very likely to be playing on Ariel here.
Okay, Lunara taken away from the Ariel already with the Lucio. Very strong combo with the Lunara to allow her to have even greater movement speed to chase for the auto attacks. And obviously Sound Barrier can be very protective. So with Vala, and this is a great draft by Raven. They baited out the Ariel pick. They've taken away SC's favorite hyper carry. They've taken away his second favorite hyper carry. And now when we look at what he could play and his hero pool and what he normally plays here, it's not a Tracer, not usually. We've seen it before, certainly, but not his comfort one and not as great with Ariel. And they have, there's Cassia, of course, but It would be interesting if we see the Task Tracer locked in here, because I don't think it suits L5's playstyle, and already Raven is thinking on their feet here, and it's a really great start to the draft based on the hero pool for SC in terms of hyper carries.
Do you think we'll see a double support coming out from Raven this time? As they don't really like to do double support. They only played double support like 4 times out of the last 3 matches.
I think that they have to, because if you don't run especially now with SC locking in the Grey main, which is one of his lesser played hyper carries in this meta, with the Lunara pick versus Grey main, you have to have that second support. I don't think you can make it work otherwise. You're taking too much of a risk. So with Tyrael banned, the Malthael is the response. Too much power with the Malthael if Tyrael is going to be not in play.
Yeah, when the Sanctification is not there, Malthael can just dive in and do burst to sustain life stealing, I would say. How are they going to respond to this? Already double DPS. Grey main Sonya picked up.
Tassadar will be the
hyper
second
carry.
support.
Lunara, is it going to be the way?
Definitely. Question is, what's the tank?
Arthas.
Arthas comes in, counter the Grey main. Could have been the Johanna, but looks like they want to use Arthas for his roots. And be a decent matchup against Sonya. So they picked their top laner here as well. So now they don't necessarily need to have another tank. They probably will for safety. ETC is available. L5 might just take him now. ETC very difficult to actually get power slides against a really mobile comp with Lunara, Lucio, Tassadar. Might end up getting rooted in power slides, so risky to take ETC. I think the Tyrael ban was brilliant. And I'm actually really liking the draft of Raven so far. I'm not sure what L5 is going to do to tip the scale here. Uther feels obvious. Still available. Can be the second support. But the question is, what's the tank move? Maybe just a safe Muradin, but I don't think it's a strong pick in this case.
And if you try to... Because there's Lucio onto the other side, you need some more movement speed, and just get Johanna.
Rhaegar over Uther. For wave clear, I suppose. Johanna fits the bill on that one as well. So for Raven, looking for the tank. Merryday is so handsome.
Kappa Pride.
So good to see him back in Heroes, even if it's just for a day. I'm 1 best of 5.
Rexxar!
Okay.
For the first time ever in HGC Korea, right?
Yes. Never happened before.
Not even in Phase 1. Rexxar was the only hero that was not played from what I remember.
Okay, well, I guess we've closed the loop, G-Clef. Rexxar is in the building. Here we go. Raven, we knew we'd have some curveballs from this team, certainly. Yes. In this series. This is going to be the first of perhaps many as we go into game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Merryday is in the booth, and we're going to Infernal Shrines for game number 1. In blue, L5, Hooligan on Johanna, SC on Grey main, Janga on Sonya, SDE on Oriel, and Soy on the Rhaegar.
And on the right, in red, Raven, Darvish on Lucio, Hamlin on Arthas, NMX on Lunara, Diong on Tassadar, and Merryday on Rexxar.
So you would have thought that probably would have been Diong on the Rexxar. I would have bet big money on that, but I suppose not. With Merryday here today, going to be playing the Rexxar. So we'll actually be Diong flexing to Tassadar here. It's Raven. It's just Raven things. Lose your main support due to personal injuries in the hospital. Bring in world's best support from 2016 and just put him on a Rexar.
It's alright, Darvish used to be the support for Miracle also, so there's the flex coming in. But this solo lane, lots of people have been saying that Misha is the actual hero and Rexar is the summon, as Misha basically does all the CC and damage and tanking in the front.
I'd say not even basically, I would say totally, completely. We're gonna see Merryday rotate down. Misha could be thought of as a mini pet ETC, basically, because it's got its own healing, you know, it's got that same sort of like power slide mentality. It's a 4-legged ETC running around here, and if it dies, it's okay. Oh, that's not how you want to do it. Good gank attempt here on Misha. Will fail to do it, though. Merryday doesn't miss any experience either, by the way. Went for a gank attempt, as Misha's want to do, but in the solo lane, obviously, you lose out a lot when you try to do that often, so probably won't be seeing too much more out of Merryday with that one.
Let's see, wave clear. That's why they brought Johanna in, and Jong's trying to bait here.
Hey, that's a dead Misha.
That, and there's
Variant's like, oh, how'd you let Misha die? I'm so confused by this.
Now?
Okay, Hamlin's the next target. Will get out of here with his Frozen Tempest there. But L4 is reached. Shrine activated by L5.
And this time, Swoy on Regar SD on Ario, as you mentioned. And SD has been showing some holes when he got to play some offensive supports like Karazim sometimes.
Yeah, I was really offended. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, well, hold that thought. We're actually seeing Hamlin get very low.
But he will sustain.
Misha just giving health to Sonya here, but we'll get this stun into the root, but see, Iron Skin will get you out of there.
Also, Lucio sustain healing is coming along with AoE. But slowly, though, so they will lose the Punisher.
No one will split soaking, because you can't really... That's one of the things about Misha in the soul lane is, if you just leave her there, I keep saying Misha is the hero. Like, if you have Rexar in the soul lane, I mean, anyways.
Yes.
You guys know what I mean, but like, I'm not actually trying to mean, but...
we all understand.
When you have Rexar in the soul lane, like, he will never really lose, basically. But he's never going to be able to split push. Like, it's never really what you want him to do. He can, but like, he's actually more useful as a kind of a frontline tanker. A CC is more valuable than what he could do in the lane. Like this, things like this, right? Where he comes to our flank to get the stun. Poor Misha's detained, though.
See, Misha's just ignored, and they try to get the kill onto Merryday. And could not get the kill onto Greymane, which they had all the CC and the focusing on.
So even though they lost the Shrine, they didn't have anyone split pushing, have anyone soaking. So not only does L5 win the first Punisher, but they take a whole level lead as a result. Yeah, that's how I feel too, little Falcon popping out. So I felt when I saw the Rexar lock in. I feel you. I guess it's a Falcon. There's some sort of bird coming out, man. I think it's a Falcon, probably. Maybe it's just like an owl. Could be like a raven. I'm not sure. Jongha is going deep here to try to get Merryday.
Damage, but Merryday took 410. Nice stun from Misha. So keeping the support alive. I mean, Rexar alive. Man, you're getting me here.
Well, Rexar survived, and by proxy, so did Misha. Misha saving Rexar there. It's a animal companion would always do. This is a strong push because Sonya is actually a strong soul laner. They have so much wave clear. Like L5 has so much wave clear. Let me say one more time. They have a lot of wave clear. And so that's why this is all being cleaned up now by Raven. They have a whole level behind deficit in experience. They are going to get control of this mercenary camp, but the camp's already taken all across the map. Sonya's taken the Fallen Shaman camp, which is going to be so well timed with this. Swoy is just dancing. He's trying to...
Misha's
animal
friend here.
Animal friends, indeed. When are we going to get Leok and Huffer in Heroes of the Storm? That's what I want to know.
We have lots of animals here. We have Chen, we have pandas.
Okay. Hamlin's going in.
Let's see.
Misha with the stuns, that follow-up stuns. SDE's got the energy, but no cooldown. Raven's gonna get first blood here. That's that Misha charge that I want to see. All right, Misha might want to back up. Get back. I'm like, heal, Misha.
That's the Ariel nerf that we have on 7.
Yep.
And good thing that Merryday is not dying. His 4 talent, I believe, will be lost once Rexar dies. And then Misha will get that constant talent as long as Merryday lives. But Tamerlane's getting caught alone here, and DeYoung does not like.
Okay, Ancestral's good. 10's up for L5. Raven, so behind in experience, couldn't actually win the longer fight despite the early pick, and also didn't respect L5 there as level 10, didn't get out fast enough, didn't go for split pushing. Look at the minimap. We talked about the Sonya camp timing, decimating the top fort right now. The coordination, the positioning, the rotationing of L5, which is all made possible by not our sponsors, but actually the wave clear, is just dominating this game for them. Swoy and Misha no longer friends, they had a fight.
Yeah, all lanes being pushed.
Look at this. I mean, this is just, what are you supposed to do here as Raven? They have to get so far back. It's easily a fort, possibly even some keep wall damage, as they just wait to soak for 10.
This pressure is already onto the wall. As L5 will prepare another set of camps before they try to get the relief onto the wave. Their wave clear is insane, and they can also do so fast on the camp because they have Greymane and Sonya together. They don't have a global, but with this way, they can pressure globally against Raven, who does not have too much wave clear. I guess Tastar has some, Rexar has, Misha has some.
Well, he did take Misha real mad at level 10. Not going to be the Boars. Also called by the community, I think Misha's really PO'd. Misha had a bad morning. Misha didn't get her coffee. So let's see how this is going to pan out. Good angle here. Misha didn't get her coffee. She's going in. Okay, Aegis and Ancestral well placed, but the sound barrier is as well. SD just healing everybody up. And despite the fact that Misha is real angry, it's not doing enough here to turn the fight. Good totem placement here as well, coming out from Rhaegar.
Nice cleanse to block the CC coming out from Mission. Now to the big turnaround coming out from Jungha. He's taking some damage though, so he does have to back out also. Raven loses no one in that team fight.
Nope. Good disengage there. The sound barrier was really well timed. And Lunara's sustained damage really strong, but like NMX is doing a lot here, to be honest. And does limit what L5 can do counter-wise, but they still heal up eventually because SDE's Ariel, and Ariel's pretty good. So after just a few heals pop down, they're already at full health, and all the damage that Lunara has done has been reset. All the heroics are about to be reset as well here for L5. It's like perfect timing on Wrath, Aegis, and the shield. So all coming back online. Okay. Misha going in, huge stuns actually. SD's gonna have to drop the heal. Good healing totem again here from Swoy.
Very good root and follow-up coming through from Hamlin. Misha dives in too much, possibly will get taken out before that. Hamlin is the first one to be gone. Notice how L5 is staying together this entire team fight as one, because everyone wants to get the Ariel healing just like that. And in terms of Raven, they don't really have too much AoE damage, so it's perfect for them.
Only the Vines, really, and the Vines do about as much as the healing does.
Yeah,
so.
and basically Storm from Tastar, I guess.
When we see really cool stuns coming out from Raven, it's just not enough. All right, well, I think we've kind of gotten to the point in this game where the Rexar pick hasn't done as much as they would have liked it to, even though Merryday has played quite well on it. So let's see what happens with this next push. They have really good wave clear. They have really good siege with Greymane. So this could actually destroy the keep. This could be a game-ending push. Blessed Shield's coming up. Let's see if Merryday can get a really good flank here. He's actually coming down from the mid lane now, as the rest of the team is trying to catch them.
Tastar is just trying to wave clear, and he's actually coming in here, ignoring the Punisher.
Okay, Misha didn't get her coffee, and we're going in. Big stuns coming out.
Sadar pops back. Good CCs coming out from Hamlin. Will be Disdainment Strike to the tower. There's the Punisher coming in with the big stun. Now SC just wipes down the enemies just like that.
And it's an Arcane Punisher, so a lot of the damage coming through from the Punisher himself with the extra damage, the stun as well. Keep is down. Dancing is Merryday here as the core is now under attack. L5 looks to take game number 1, 3-level lead, and 1/3 of their way to that tiebreaker that will be played tomorrow. Need to get that 3-0, and they're starting us off with a great first game.
Ancestral 10 HP onto Junga, and that's going to be game number 1. Rexar did not die, but not too much impactful team fight, I would say. And actually, Raven had a pretty decent game, I would say. They didn't die too much. They had pretty good rotation, but the wave clear was just so much onto the other side. I think that was the biggest problem for them.
So let's find out what happens next. Like,
first, Rexar.
First Rexar, the next logical step's got to either be somewhere between Nova.
No Nova, please.
Nova and Gazlo. Well, that's the range. Like, it's somewhere
what's
in between
though? What's in between?
Asmodan, yeah. No.
Valera?
Oh man, okay. Now you're thinking.
Now I'm thinking. Yes.
I mean, he's a support player, so maybe he should go back to his original role and maybe play some Lily.
Oh yes, I like Lily Water Dragon.
What else could we see? Maybe some. Maybe he could play some Samuro. That'll be a rare one. I've only seen it twice.
Yeah, Blade
could be
Storm.
number 3. What else? Come on, what's another weird hero pick?
Or Zeratul with Assault.
Shadow Assault Zeratul? Yeah, that's a good one. Triple tap Nova especially would be what I would like to see.
Yes.
We could see. What else? What else? Come on, let's think. There's a lot of low tier heroes.
Lots of stuff.
The Axe Zuljin, not gonna be.
Yes,
no Taz Dingo. Could be that one.
The Guillotine.
Yeah,
yes.
Guillotine. Yeah. What else? What else is really bad that you should never play in pro play? Murky. Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Murky is the right answer.
A giant map, and we have warheads. By the way,
Warhead Junction's available.
Pick Murky, and just push all in. Do not care about the team fight.
I mean, clearly Merryday is playing solo lane. Maybe this time he just doesn't come to the team fights. Just plays the Murky. I think you're onto something here.
I think I think you're like one of the smartest person on earth, you know?
I mean, I just got the idea from you. I think you have to take the credit for it.
Man, I don't know. I don't know where we are heading to. Raven actually, even after losing, they like to pick maps.
Yes.
So that's why we're talking about Warhead Junction. It's a possibility when it's open.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're really talking about it as a real possibility, but like if it happens, we might pop off a little bit. Could be seeing some Murky. I don't know. But I guess they're thinking about it real long and hard whether they want to take us or whether they want to take the first pick. So we're just kind of chilling.
Was there anything else that you can think of that we missed?
No.